Hello and welcome to this demonstration of the latest version of the Totally thermal printing race night ticket printer. This particular one was registered to fundraising for Heroes, but as a way of a demonstration we'll just show you. If you want an upgrade, if you've got the older version, just give us a telephone call or an email requesting and we'll let you know the price. But basically what it is, these first few pages are the same, and then you come to the overview page, and here at the overview page you have your business ticket. You can click into any of these boxes, including a right click on this one will change the picture there for your own logo. You can, if you wish, right mouse click on any of these as well, and you can change the formatting of the boxes, so that if you have a long website address such as this one here, you can make it smaller text and squeeze it inside the format for the business card. Here we have the heading printed on all the tickets, the race night tickets, so you can click in here. Again, you can change this. You can click into it with a right mouse click and change the size of the text so that you can get more in, etc. And also for the footer here as well, you can do that. Clicking here will take you to race 1, which is where you'll now notice the difference if you've owned the versions before, because before you would press here for runner number 1 and it would print a ticket out in 3 seconds from the time you press it and compute the bet. And same for number 4, let's say. You would press number 4 and it would print your ticket out, and there we are, and put the odds and do it all the formatting for you. We would also put the profit and intro here, next sheet. Profit and intro sheet is now race 1 has made £1 towards the charity because it's taken half of the £2 for the charity and half went into the race fund. Now, if you had a customer come up and say to you, I want £10 on number 1, this is what this little box is for. Because this is the ticket it prints. It's a multi-bets ticket and it's for race number 1. Each race sheet has their own, so race number 2, 3, 4, etc. But this one's for number 1. This will be the selection will go in here, and this will be the amount. It's preset of 5, but let's say for argument's sake that your customer wanted to put £10. You would just edit that 5 for a 10, press enter, and now it's put £10 into the bet win. Now he wants it on runner number 3, so you press this and you will see here runner number 3 will put the £10. First it will read 9, but then as it computes the bet it'll put 10. So there we go, it's gone into number 3 here, and also it's printing the ticket, and the ticket is printed and it's put 10 in here. So it's now 10 bets went onto there, and the customer's got one ticket. Instead of printing out 10 times on number 3, 1, 2, 3, which would take you 30 seconds if you just sat there pressing that, it would also waste 9 sheets of paper, because the 10th one now is one ticket for 10 bets, so you've got just one printed ticket for those 10 bets. This is every race is the same now, while the business cards have been moved to that first one. There's 11 races in all, as you can see. Now, the other thing that you'll notice different is in the dual forecast and the TriCast. If you make a selection here, you just press in first selection in the blue for the dual forecast and the red down here for the TriCast. Let's say you watch these boxes now as I press the first selection, a highlighted box, and the 2, and the customer wanted 2 and 7. So there's 2 and 7. You press here and it will compute the bet, and it will place it into here. And as you can see, what's happened now is put £1 in here because it's £2 a bet, and £1 went up onto the charity contribution. Now, here's the interesting thing. Also, number 3, you can put 5, whatever selection they want. Let's say they wanted 5, 3, and 1 in that order. You press this, it now takes this £3. It takes £1.50 towards the charity fund and £1.50 on the payout fund. Now, this is the interesting thing. On race number 2, anything that's left here, if you haven't reset after this race because they haven't been won, it will roll over, and it will roll over here, and it will roll over here each race. So when number 1 isn't won, it goes in here as a carryover. So if it's 1 in race number 1, you would have pressed reset. so that when you go back to race number 2, you can see this £1 now will disappear because you reset here. You've still got the 150 in the TriCast, but now there's no carryover into the blue, which is the dual forecast, because it was 1 on the first race. Okay, but here again, if you take a bet on the TriCast and you press, the order is 5, 7, 1, and you press a ticket on that, it will take the £3, put £1.50 into here and £1.50 onto the charity page, which makes it now £3. If it isn't 1, you go over to the roll up, which is now here, 150 here, plus the £3 here, because there's 2 bets, 1 here and 1 here. Okay, and when you go on to race number 3, there'll be £3 there waiting to be 1 if it isn't 1 on those other races. But if you go back to number 1 and it's 1, you just reset that, and when you go to race number 2 now, it's just the 1 bet of £1.50, which will roll over if it isn't 1 to there. But if it's 1 here, press this. When you go to race number 3, you'll be starting fresh. So as you can see, basically that's the program. Pressing here will reset all of this, reset this to £5 and reset these tickets here. Each number ticket, as you can see, has its own unique number. If you was to press another one here, number 4, you'll see this to go to 2, and there it is, goes up to the next ticket number, and all of those are held here. If you go up past race number 11, you can see the bookies ledger here, and here you can see the ticket number 1 we sold, the ticket number 4 we sold, each with its own unique number. Down here we can see the TriCast, the dual forecast and the TriCast tickets in the orders 2 and 7, 3 and 5, 3 and 1. Down here in race number 2 we did also the TriCast bet, just to give an example. And then you've got your multi-bets. So if you was to click in here and then go page down, take you to the bottom very quickly, you've got all your multi-bets here from 1 to 11 races, just at the end of everything there from 1 to 11. And you can see our bets in here. This is a multi-bet on race number 1. Number 3, he had £10. Race number 1, £10 on runner number 4. And you just press here to zero all of this, and zero this. Anything else that you find that you've had bets on, you can zero by pressing those resets. Again here, resetting this will just reset this, and number 2 reset will reset number 2, etc. There's a summary sheet which gives you a summary of the night's takings. At the moment with 22 bets, so 22 £1 is £11 went to the payout and £11 going to the charity's profit, and each race as it totes up down here will go down to here. If you have any expenses, you would just add them into this box. For argument's sake, if you had £10 expenses, you just enter that in there. As you can see now, £10 from 11 leaves 1, but it would then tote up. At the end of the night, you just press this and it will print out this ticket here on your thermal printer. You print it out twice, one for yourself and one for the client. Race variables is here. This resets the race variables. Here we have the runners in race 1, all the times that we've took a bet on. The multi-bets are here because we've pressed £10 here, and it £10 here plus 1, so that's just keeping a running total for you. If you was to press this, it would reset all that back to 0. The odds references are here, which will go right the way down to 300 to 1, so if you had a customer come in and give you £300 on a horse, you can complete that, so it's not a problem. That's basically it. The 11 races are all the same with all these new features, basically to save you time and to save tickets. So we hope that you've enjoyed this program. Don't forget to give us a look. You can pause this video at any time and look at anything you want to. You can go back at any time over the video and just have a look at things that you want to look at in more detail. So thank you very much for watching.